Hey everybody, welcome back to Kumba Plays, and today we're doing another Dark Souls 1 challenge run. Today it's going to be fists only. But before we get started, let's go over some ground rules. So, rule number 1. We can only use our bare fists and the CAESTUS. That's all we're going to use. We can, as rule number 2, use all shields, but no shield bonk, of course. Rule 3, no spell buffs at all. We can only use consumable buffs. And then also, all rings are going to be good. Parrying will be welcome as well, as rule number 4. And of course, the most important rule, rule number 5, we must kill all bosses. Base game and the DLC as well. So without further ado, let's get rolling. Of course, we are going to run right past the Asylum Demon because we need that Estus Flask. We hate ourselves, but we don't hate ourselves that much. Let's try out these punches. 2, 1, 5. That's not good. That's not good at all. In fact, this is going to take us a long time, I think. Especially for taking out the Asylum Demon. This is going to be a lot of work. But I think we can pull it off. So we go in and get our flask of Sunny D, of course. And with that, we should be ready to take on our first boss, the Asylum Demon. Let's see how much damage we do with the plunging attack. I'm sure that will make a difference for us. Oh my, that's not a lot. Oh, that's not a lot at all. This is it's gonna be a long fight. So the first attempt goes pretty good. Of course, I'm a little scared to get one-shotted by the Asylum Demon, and we picked away a lot of his health. But then, of course, we died. So the second attempt goes really bad. Embarrassingly so, actually. So we decide we need more mobility. We're going to fight him naked and with no weapons. A perfect way to have a fight. So then we find a really easy way to just keep him in one spot and just keep chipping away at his health. It takes a long time, but it's a very consistent way to get into his belly and get a couple of hits in there. And after more time than I would ever like to admit, eventually the Asylum Demon goes down. And now with him down, we can finally go and get our first weapon. First, we go to Lordran, and we use what souls we do have for the upgrading of the CAESTUS. So we're not going to spend any. We're just going to go around, pick up the loose souls, pick up our homeward bones. That'll save us a lot of running. And then we're going to go through the back door. With our master key, we can come down this elevator. And then we can go up these stairs into the Valley of the Drakes. And along the way, make sure that we pick up some souls. So there's some souls right behind this door here as well. And our sleeping dragon buddy here, he has some souls that we can steal too. Just keep running past the little drakes. And this route here will take us to an elevator that takes us up to the Darkroot Basin. Darkroot Basin has a couple of things that we desperately need. One is going to be a shield. And what better than the Grass Crest shield that we find right here? That's going to give us a little boost to our regeneration of our stamina. And, we could take on this knight and knock him off the edge. We don't really see why we have to. So we get past him, go to Andre. Andre's actually going to sell us both Titanite shards and the CAESTUS itself. So, we can upgrade that as much as we possibly can right now. Now, the more we upgrade the CAESTUS? However you say it. The more we upgrade it, the stronger it gets, and the stronger our attack gets with our strength and dexterity. So this whole playthrough, we're just going to dump a lot of points into strength, dexterity, and of course vigor, because we're going to need that health. Alright, so now that we finally have a weapon, let's try it out. That's not too shabby. It's not doing a lot of damage on this fella, but he's also heavily armored. Oh, look at that, Titanite shard and everything. We get our Firekeeper soul, as usual. Go down and upgrade our Estus Flask. Grab the basement key while we're at it. And we're going to use our master key again to get these gold pine resin to make this fight a lot easier. Alright. So the Taurus Demon Not that hard, but I felt with the CAESTUS? Yeah, it probably would be kind of a hard fight. But with the gold pine resin, we make short work of him. As you can see, we're doing a ridiculous amount of damage to him. So it goes pretty well to plan. Actually, I don't even think he took any damage from us, or caused any damage to us, I should say. Alright, now with that completed, we go see our boy, who's staring at the sun, as usual. And we get ourselves fried, again, as usual. Gotta love tradition. And we're going to upgrade our CAESTUS to a +5. Now it's pretty strong, but the next thing we're going to need to do is take on the first real boss of this game, the Bell Gargoyles. Now, the Bell Gargoyles don't go too badly, except for the fact that I trapped myself in a corner, which is the ultimate no-no when fighting a boss with 2 enemies. So that was a dumb move of us. Once we make our way back, we have the bright idea of using yet another gold pine resin, just to get through these early bosses. So with that equipped, we start the fight again, and let's see how much damage we do this time. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. Okay. So the second attempt, as you can see, goes a lot better. Kill the first gargoyle, just as the second one joins the fray. And the second one only has half health, so he doesn't take much time to take down. Pretty easy fight all around. In fact, our gold pine resin makes it through the entire fight. Alright, with victory achieved, we ring our bell, and then we're going to work our way down to the... Well, first we'll stop off at our favorite caged waifu and get some charcoal pine resin, and then it's for the Capper Demon. Now this fight can be very annoying, but we kind of luck out with one dog that's stuck in the wall there, and we just get our distance, take out the dogs, and then we can finally focus on the Capper Demon. So the charcoal pine resin does its job, makes the dogs taken out in a single hit, and then we can finally focus on the boss. This is one of those bosses that can really infuriate, because there's not a lot of room to move around, and Lord knows he hits like a truck. But yeah, we just keep him moving, and really the Capper Demon goes down barely with the fight. At that moment I just realized that we could stagger him, which is good to know until... yeah, then we realized that we can't stagger this butcher. But that's fine, we take him out anyway. And we go get ourselves our next ember. So now we can actually upgrade to +10, which is great news. We're definitely going to need that. But before we do any of that, we're going to take out the giant rat. Should be nice and easy, right? I mean, he's just a rat with an axe in his face. He'll be fine. Well, it looks like he's doing a fist-only run himself, and he got the better of us. And we use the other charcoal pine resin just to make quick work of him. Make our way over to the Chancellor. We definitely want to take him out. Channeler? Whatever you call him. And then we can take on our next big boss. The Gaping Dragon. Fun fact, this is the first boss I've ever seen in this game, as a friend showed me this game at his house, and this is just where he was. We use our last gold pine resin, try to take him on, realizing that the gold pine resin kind of wears out before we really have much of a chance to attack, so it doesn't do a lot of good. I'm better off just beating him with the raw weapon. So we try to bait out his slam attack best we can. Just like that. Run around, punch him in the legs, and get out of the way. And it's just another one of those things where you just repeat until finally Gaping Dragon goes down as well. Now with the Blighttown key, we can finally go straight through to Blighttown the right way, the way they want us to. Just kidding, we're gonna take the back door. We're gonna take the back door. But before we do, we're just gonna upgrade our CAESTUS just a little bit more. And we'll we'll squeeze in through the back door of Blighttown. Now, next boss, it's pretty simple. We're all very well acquainted with Quillag. She's a pretty easy boss, if you just know where to go when you're fighting her. And this time we don't have to have an NPC fighter for us. So you just want to get in tight, punch her right in them spider legs. And just get right up on that nuzzle. Punch that spider right in the throat. Easy peasy. Quillag goes down, which means we ring our second bell, which actually opens up the way to Sen's Fortress. But while we're down in Blighttown, we'll pick up all the large Titanite shards that we can find. There is a few around, and we're going to make our way into the Great Hollow, where we can get our Chloranthy ring. Chloranthy ring is going to make a big difference in regenerating that stamina, and that's definitely going to make our run a lot easier. So with the Chloranthy ring in hand, we're off to get the Firekeeper soul on the way up. Didn't think I was going to forget that, did you? Yeah, we use those large Titanite shards to upgrade our CAESTUS to +8, which isn't too shabby. Just need a couple of more large Titanite shards and we'll be good. So we still don't do much damage across the board when it comes to Sen's Fortress, but with some patience we can take out the giants that give us the Titanite chunks. And we can buy the rest of our large Titanite shards that we need. The Iron Golem, he was fun. Yeah, it didn't go so well. So instead of jumping right into a second attempt with him, we took out the other giant that throws the fireballs. And now we should easily be able to take out the Iron Golem without any real trouble. So we go collect our souls on the bridge. Because, I mean, might as well. It's not like he's going to kill us again. We should be able to take care of him nice and easy. So just dodge between his legs and punch him in the ankles. And before you know it, he will kick you right off the edge. Alright. Third time's a charm. So for the third attempt, we actually lure him into the center, because I'm done trying to knock him off the edge. And we just painfully beat away at his ankles, causing tiny bits of damage, and him causing lots of damage, until finally he goes down, which now opens the way to Anor Londo. But we still have some stuff to do here first. We use what souls we have to upgrade our strength, dexterity, and our health. And before we forget about it, we go to take out the Moonlight Butterfly. Moonlight Butterfly, of course, with any melee run, is very annoying, as you have to just dodge countless attacks until she finally lands, so you can punch her in her stupid face. And then run out of stamina, and then start punching her in her stupid face again. And it doesn't take too long, thankfully. Just 2 landings, 2 rotations. Moonlight Butterfly goes down as well. Not really a lot of souls or anything, but we said we kill all bosses, and she's one of them. And before we go any further, we want to get our weapon a lot stronger. So we are going to venture into Ghost Town, which goes over weirdly well. It seems melee is just the way to go in this area. So we open up the seal, we drain the water and get as many Titanite chunks as we can from these dark wraiths. And we also get a very large ember that's tucked away down here. We upgrade as much as we can from Andre, and then it's time to go off to Anor Londo. We still have some upgrades to go, and we desperately need a Titanite slab, but that will come all in good time. Good time? Due time. Alright, now we take on a couple more gargoyles. First this fella, who I don't even think he laid a finger on us, but dropped all of his gear. Can't go wrong there. And everybody's favorite, the run across the rafters, where the Painted Guardians just decide to take care of things themselves, for the most part. I mean, 2 out of 3 is not bad. Not bad at all. And off to the second gargoyle of the area. And he goes down without really taking any damage on us either, which it's making me nervous. Usually things go bad for me. There it goes. There's what I'm talking about. Now we're in Anor Londo. Right? Yeah, exactly. Now we're talking. Alright, now we just have to get past this knight, who, luckily, with all these challenge runs, have gotten very good at dispatching. Which says a lot, because he used to be the biggest obstacle of the game for me. And with that, we can finally take on probably the most terrifying boss of this run, and that is Ornstein and Smaug. So it's a long fight, and it's a gritty one. But Ornstein goes down in our first attempt. Now it's just one-on-one. Lightning Smaug can be pretty intimidating, but truthfully, he's a cakewalk. A lot of people try to stay away from him, but ideally you want to be as close as you can to him. All you have to do is dodge right as he hits the ground. You should escape that attack right there from his pounding, and just kind of roll through the hammer, and yeah, that's a pretty easy fight. Lightning Smaug goes down first attempt as well. Which is kind of shocking. Didn't expect to do that in the first run. But now with the Lord Vessel in place, we can finally warp. And the first place we're going to warp to, of course, is the Catacombs. It goes well. And then our second attempt goes very well as well. Either way, as we say on this channel all the time, third time's a charm. We finally make it to Pinwheel, who we take out very easily and don't almost die at all. And now we finally have our Rite of Kindling, which is going to make things a lot easier on us. Let's see what he left us. Oh look, it's garbage. So next on our list is the Ceaseless Discharge. Just because, you know, he's going to free up the way to go all the way to Izalith. There's our handsome boy. It was a valiant effort and a big jump, my dude, but I got things to do. With the Ceaseless Discharge down and a few extra souls in our pocket, we can make our way down to the Fire Sage, I believe he's called. There's our boy, the Demon Fire Sage. I mean, he's just the Asylum Demon, but on fire, and with some magic. Nothing too much to report here. Usual. Dodge attacks, punch in the belly. It goes over pretty well. One last slam attack, and punch to the belly. Demon Sage goes down. Yet another first attempt boss. From here we make our way down to, oh my god, that's Solaire. Awesome. Come on, Solaire. Let's make quick work of this centipede. Oh my god, he's just walking around in the lava. What is he doing? Okay, can't punch him. Can't punch him. Alright, let's just try the other leg. Hey, the other leg works. That's good. Oh, Solaire, look. Oh, no, he got crushed. Alright, we can do this. We're a team. We're a team. Come on, Solaire. You have to just you just throw your lightning and stay away. God, this guy's hard to hit. There you go. You threw your lightning. Well done. Oh, but now you're dead. And, wow, he did not help much. Don't worry, Solaire. I'll get revenge. There we go. Turns out the Centipede Demon is, wow, he's been the hardest boss so far with fists only. Now, of course, poor Solaire's gone, hollow, so we're gonna have to take care of him. Let's just keep the light-hearted music going so we don't feel so bad about it. So long, Solaire. And with that done, we can take on the most annoying boss in video game history. The Bed of Chaos. Everybody hates this boss. I'm pretty sure so does Miyazaki. It is just terrible. But it goes as usual. We destroy a pod. Then we die. Then we come back and die before we get our souls. Then we destroy the other pod. Then we get lit up like it's a gender reveal party. And we punch a bug in the face. I swear it goes like that every single time. Alright, first Lord Soul in hand. We can go take on the Goodest Boy. And we got quite a few bosses to go through here, so let's just start burning through them. Sif is normally a pretty easy boss. You just stay underneath his legs and swing your sword, and in no time he's done. Doesn't work as well with the fists only. What does work is just sticking him in front of the door so he can't move out of the way. And wow, that just turned into the easiest boss run of my life. Odd. Next on the list, while we're at it, the Four Kings. Now the Four Kings, they're pretty tough. They hit hard, but we apparently have luck on our side, because that chop should have killed us. We don't do a lot of damage to them, and Lord knows it takes a long time to kill a single one. In fact, as we fight the fourth one, you can realize two others have already spawned into the fight, and before it's over, another one spawned into the fight. But we finally get him. That's 2 Lord Souls down. Alright, now our next major boss is the Clam People. I'm just kidding. But this guy could easily be a boss. My point exactly. Our next actual boss is Seath the Scaleless. This should be a one-attempt run as well, because, I mean, it's Seath, who apparently can do this now. Alright, let's pretend that didn't happen. The actual strat for this guy, if you're doing fists only, is just run at this tentacle. When it comes towards you, punch it. And then just run after it again. It'll come towards you, punch it, run after it again. That's it. It's the simplest strat ever. It takes a while. Eventually, Seath goes down. That's what you get, Seath, for actually posing a threat to me. And, ooh, okay, that's an odd thing to happen. Now we got 3 Lord Souls down. Now we just need Nitos. And since we have the Sunlight Maggot, this should be nice and easy. Doesn't block us from getting attacked from behind, but it allows us to see into the dark at impending death. Hello. Now with our first Nito fight, yes, I'm not gonna lie, I do die this first time. We run towards Nito, bringing the fight to him, which was a bad idea, because I forgot that the back of this room had a whole bunch of large skeletons who like to hit me. They like to hit me a lot. I try to kite out as many sword attacks from Nito as I can to take out the giant skeletons, but... Exactly. So this time, we have Nito come to us. We sit back and wait. This way we only have 3 skeletons to deal with. And then we can get up close and personal. The only downside to this way of fighting him is since we're such close quarters, he really likes to do his AoE attack. Like, really likes to do that AoE attack. AoEs aside, Nito's kind of just easy at this point. Just get up close, punch and punch until he goes down. And just like that, we have all 4 Lord Souls. So right now, we can go beat the game. But first, we're going to upgrade our strength and dexterity best we can, approaching that soft cap of 40. And then we have to do a couple other things. We need the peculiar doll so we can go to the painted world, which means we have to take on the stray demon. Stray demon's easy enough. He's just a demon fire sage, but he's not on fire. Other than that, location, I guess, is the only difference. But same strat. Dodge when you can, punch in the belly. This guy is a little tougher because he has this little hill, and for some reason the punches don't always register when he's on that hill. But as long as you're patient, you can take him out no problem. Another first attempt triumph. And a Titanite slab, so we can upgrade our CAESTUS to plus 15. We take out this knight that's guarding the peculiar doll, which goes over pretty good because we actually do pretty substantial damage at this point. I mean, for a fist weapon. And finally, we have access to the painted world. But before we go there, we're actually going to come down to the catacombs again, and we're going to get the Dark Moon Seance Ring. This will allow us to fight Gwendolyn, who I've never fought Gwendolyn before, actually. So I had to look up where this ring was so I could actually get into the boss fight. Terrifying room. I don't like it. A lot of death in there. So we go back to this bonfire and equip the ring. And just approaching the statue, just disappears. So we can finally take on Gwendolyn for the first time, mind you. I've never been in this boss room before. Well, looks nice. Wow, imagine the heating bill. So Gwendolyn's pretty straightforward. Just dodge attacks, run towards, punch twice, and he'll disappear. And then you just have to chase after them again. Pretty annoying, actually, but very easy. Oh, 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 I didn't know that was a thing. Until something like that happens. Yeah, that was stupid. Anyway, back to dodging magic and arrows, and not always dodging, but trying our best, damn it. And Gwendolyn gets on our nerves a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. But we get slightly better at dodging. Not perfect, but better. And just like that, Gwendolyn finally goes down. A couple other things we have to do as well. Like, we need to take out the Hydras so we can unlock the DLC as well. So let's go do that while we're at it. The Hydras shouldn't be too hard. I mean, after all, I've pretty much always killed them with melee, so it shouldn't be much different. Just have to find the edge here and make sure we don't walk off of it. Oh, well, we found the edge. Alright, back at it. It's kind of hard to tell how far into the water we have to be before they start actually fighting us. Not a fan of the Hydras. But sure enough, it goes down pretty easily. Their hitboxes are honestly pretty big. Kind of almost like an easy mode. Except for that last head. Lord knows, it took me a long time to get this fella. I keep moving over in this direction to try to keep up with him. But every time I did that, he would just go further. And further. And I'm not gonna lie, I got pretty frustrated at this point. So I tried to figure out a new strategy. Which is when I realized his head dips down at the end, right as he's pulling back. So I line myself up just to make sure it's going to do that. It does. Alright, let's get ready to run over. Oh, and that's when he crashes his face right into me. Of course. Thank you, Dark Souls. Thank you. Alright, now with that completed, we can finally go to the Painted World. The Painted World used to take me a long time, I am not gonna lie. This time, it goes very, very easily actually. I realized how quickly you can get this place over with. You just want to go straight until you find this room with these beautiful fellas. Go out the back door, where you'll find this bridge with the dragon on it. Hey, he's pretty easy. Just punch him in the face, back away, let him attack, punch him in the face again. Now, for an easy tip, if he pukes off the side, you can run down the middle, get an uppercut in, and if he pukes right on the bridge, you can run down the side, and you punch him right in the talon. Super, super easy. Eventually he goes down, then we can run down the bridge to our beautiful shortcut. Now you can punch this thing all day, it's not going to get out of your way. But if you do a jumping attack, magic. And we just hop down onto these blocks here, so it's not too far of a drop for us. And, oh, or float in the air. That works. Oh, hello. On to Priscilla. I've never fought Priscilla outside of using a very large sword, so it's been very easy to track her while she's invisible. It's not the case for punching. She catches me. A couple of times. Okay, a few times. Alright, I lost count, okay? But anyway, we eventually track her down, and we take care of Priscilla. Now with Priscilla gone, that should take care of all of the main game bosses. Now we just have to worry about the DLC. The DLC has a couple of fun bosses actually, and a couple of not so fun. First is the Sanctuary Guardian. It's easy enough. You just have to dodge a couple of melee attacks that he has, and make sure not to get caught by his lightning, because he'll fire that from the ground, from the sky, however he feels. But again, he's not that difficult. Just keep on your toes, dodge to the right or left, really, it doesn't really matter. And just make sure that you track him in the air. As long as you're keeping an eye on those long-range attacks and getting up close when you can. A couple of punches to the butt, Sanctuary Guardian will go down. Now on to a real boss. Oh my god. He is big. He starts off strong. Oh my god, we did it! We did it! That's right. Some magical way we've managed to beat Artorias in only 2 attempts. That was very surprising. But next is a boss I've never fought before in all my years of playing Dark Souls. That's right. This is our first ever attempt at Calamite. No idea what to expect here. It does not go well. At first, I think I understand how to dodge him. But it eventually becomes apparent that I do not. Just like that, our first attempt ends with not even a quarter of his health gone. But we learned a lot. So we come in with better fire armor and a better shield, but that doesn't take us too far. Second attempt goes even worse. Well, better, but it felt worse. And a couple more deaths. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I started to get pretty discouraged at this point. I felt like there was no way that I was going to beat this Calamite character. Everything I tried seemed to make it worse and worse. Every time I thought I had it figured out, I did not. But after stepping away for a very short time, I went back to my old gear and said, enough is enough. This time, I was able to dodge most of his attacks. I had his timing right for the most part. It wasn't perfect, Lord knows. It was a gauntlet. But we got more punches in, we got more dodges off, and we avoided more fire than before. I knew that this was going to be the one. And after an extremely long period of dodging through everything and punching in the leg every chance we get, eventually we can take out Calamite. But not before one last-ditch effort from him. Just like that, our first defeat of Calamite in the books. Feeling pretty confident at this point, I thought, why not? Let's just run straight to Manus, a boss who I also have never killed before. The only way I've ever beaten Manus was standing off and shooting him with a bow and arrow before his fog gate for a cheap cheese win. This will be my first ever attempt to really fight him one-on-one. I noticed right out of the gate, he hits hard, but he is dodgeable. Until that is the combo. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that combo caught me a few times. And Lord knows that arm caught me more than a few times. But once I learned all of his patterns, I learned the best way to dodge his attacks, find my openings. I finally feel confident enough to take out Manus once and for all. By luring out those attacks and punching that big hand of his every chance we get, we slowly dwindle away his health. But not before one very great last effort from him to take us out. So note to self, don't get too close to the fog surrounding the battle arena. Because let me tell you, it can go pretty bad once you get back there. As you will see right now. With Manus' health down so low, I thought that was it. I thought I wasn't going to get the chance to finish him off. But with patience and a cool head, we can finally do away with Manus, Father of the Abyss. And with Manus down, that only leaves one last fight. Lord Gwyn. Now this first attempt, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I underappreciated his power. Didn't realize he would be doing so much damage to me with every time he caught me. And Lord knows he caught me more than once. Which is why I decided it's time to end Lord Gwyn's reign with his ultimate weakness. That being the parry. Poor Gwyn. He's done everything he can. But his power dwindles. And unfortunately, he has no defenses for the all-powerful parry. And just like that, we've beaten Dark Souls Remastered, all bosses, base game and DLC, with nothing but our bare fists and the CAESTUS. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe. share this with your friends. And if there's anything you'd like to see us attempt as a challenge or play as a game, just leave it in the comments. Love you all. And try not to go hollow out there.